My name is Cara D'Amato, and my project is about cyberbullying and the lack of empathy with kids. You know, bullying has been around for as long as humanity has been around, so that's not really a theme, but the way that it occurs now with social media and other technology is very new. You're behind a screen, and that invisibility tends to give people a sense of power. So because you can't see someone face to face, there's a whole new idea of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Then I started thinking, well, how can we fix this? Why do people behave like this? Is there a way to address this behavior and potentially teach people a different way of interacting online that's more conducive to a positive environment? So to give focus, I decided to narrow it down to just social media and younger teens. And after some other research of tools that are already out there to combat cyberbullying, I came across this girl, Trisha Prabhu, who had developed this algorithm called Rethink. She had her own experience with hearing about an 11-year-old girl in the news who had committed suicide because of cyberbullying, and that prompted her to do this program. And with her software, it's downloaded and embedded in a computer, and any website you're on, it doesn't matter if it's social media or anything else, the algorithm will identify positive and negative language. And if it identifies negative language, a window will pop up and say, "Are you sure you want to post this?" So I took that idea and thought about how the social media sites themselves could have that sort of technology and that algorithm that recognizes positive and negative language. And so I started thinking, well, what if I use color to demonstrate good and bad? Let's say with Facebook, if there's a picture, for example, with the comment section, and you type a comment and post it, and it's a nice comment, then it gets highlighted in green briefly, and then that green goes away. But if you post something that's negative and it recognizes that negative language, it gets highlighted in red and that goes away, but then a little icon appears next to the comment that allows people to vote whether it should be deleted or not. And so that way, it's recognizing and identifying those negative comments and that cyberbullying potentially, and letting your community vote whether it should be deleted or not. So it's not the social media sites themselves that are filtering language, it's your community that's giving input on whether it should go away. And even so, there's still the option for yourself to delete it and rewrite it, because let's say, sometimes you write something and you don't mean it a certain way, but it might come across a certain way. And so this also kind of simulates a sense of empathy, where you say something that someone else might interpret as mean, but maybe you don't mean it that way. And so, with the lack of empathy that technology inherently gives us, this is kind of a chance to reinstate that empathy and that opportunity to address language. So having an idea to a problem is one thing, but actually getting awareness about it is another. How do we actually build buy-in from people to like this new way of interacting on social media and promote it through their peers? So I came up with this idea of Speak Green. And with Speak Green, there's so much opportunity to reach users, that 12 to 14-year-old range, on the level that they're familiar with. So you could create an Instagram account, you could create a Snapchat account, and just create outreach to that age group that way. You can reach parents and teachers through a website. And the Speak Green website would have information about what cyberbullying is, resources for parents and teachers to use to address their kids if they do notice that they're behaving negatively online, and the proper way to go about that. Cyberbullying is such a big animal, but the point is to help people understand that their negative language affects other people. And I feel like this is a very uninvasive way to do that, and I think over time could really help people be more aware of what they're posting. That's why, I hope that one day one of the social media sites might be interested in something like this.